What's up, everybody? Thanks for tuning in to episode 2 of the Lucky Lotus podcast. I'm Jimmy.
I'm Burjesh.
Burjesh, how's it going, man?
It's going good, and we got a lot of kinks figured out, a lot more things to figure out, but...
Just about killed ourselves trying to upload EP1.
Jeez.
We're trying to pick a title, Two Lone Wolves.
Welcome
Two
to the
guys,
Wolf
one mic. Welcome to the Wolf Pack.
Even AI couldn't help us. That's how lost we are.
We were going to post 2 Sigmas, and then we were informed that Sigma is a singular thing, not a just kind of like 2 lone wolves.
It defeats it's an oxymoron.
Yes, exactly. Like jumbo shrimp.
Jumbo shrimp. Don't you love it? Okay, Jimmy, what are we covering today?
So we're just going to go through. We've actually got an agenda this week.
Yeah.
I was just going to open up and see how you're doing. A lot of people ask, why are you doing this? Not how are you doing this?
Well, how am I doing right now?
Yeah.
Not bad. How about you?
You've had better days. If EP1 would upload, we'd be doing great.
Yeah, so it's a 38-minute long video.
Listen here, Steve Jobs.
You messed up. I'm coming for you.
We're going to go find him.
Where do you think he is right now?
6 feet.
6 feet?
6 feet from the edge.
Was he not cremated? He was buried?
I don't know.
Okay. Well,
Sound off in the chat.
Yeah, let us know what happened to
We'd love
Steve
to know.
Jobs' body.
We might make a road trip to his place, his final resting place, if it's public.
Yeah, I hope not. I hope it's like Genghis Khan. I hope it's an unmarked grave somewhere.
Yeah, and hope it's like Tupac and the Outlaws like put him in a blunt and smoked his ashes.
Did they really?
Yes, that's really what they did. Supposedly with his like ashes from his cremation, they like put him in a blunt and smoked him.
Okay, what do you think? Are you going to be cremated or buried?
Cremated for sure.
Okay, why? Yeah.
Should we just ask what's on the other half of the afterlife? I don't know. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not donating my organs.
Well, I don't think you have a choice in that.
No, I'm not. I'm not donating my organs because I just imagine that sometimes I really respect people that do. I personally am choosing not to. This is kind of a hot topic.
Yeah.
But like, I just feel like, if I'm on my deathbed and I could be saved or I couldn't be saved, and it's like a 50-50 thing.
Yeah.
Just knowing people in the medical field, I feel like they're going to be like, when's he going to go?
Well, you're not wrong about that.
We got somebody that needs his corneas in Kansas City.
Well, okay, so talking about corrupt medical professionals, and it happened recently, not someone's organs being taken, but Dr. Sanjeev Kumar, who I have no relation to. We are not related.
Someone was like, is he talking about somebody he knows?
No, not at all. This is a man I do not want to know. Now, these are all accusations, even though the FBI brought down 23 indictments on this man. Mm-hmm. And then the range it covers from unnecessary procedures to unhygienic use of material to sexual assault.
Allegedly.
Please don't come after me.
This is being reported in the news by a reputable source.
Yeah, Channel News 5. Action News 5. What am I doing?
WMC TV.
Yeah, they're all over it.
Well, I look forward to more being brought up as we discover the details and stuff.
Well, the entire Indian community is shook.
Really? But who is he in the Indian community in Memphis? Is he like a big guy?
If you're a lawyer or if you're a doctor, it's considered a very high position.
Okay.
Especially back in India. So him doing something like this, it sucks for the family. It really sucks for the family because they had nothing to do with this, and they're caught in the crossfire.
Yeah, the echo that's around it and stuff. Yeah, the ripples.
Because even though I'm not related to this man, still, how many Kumars do you know in the Memphis area?
No more relations, not us.
Yes.
But
we are not genetically or physically or any type of means necessary.
But it is a little wild that your family runs a business. He ran a business. Yeah. And it's literally 45 feet apart.
Well, our buddy John Ox, he once said, what's the difference between a businessman and a investor?
What is it?
Well, a businessman doesn't think he's a doctor.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Yeah.
That's like the Yellowstone. Are you a shark or a minnow? Well, you tell me. Are you a shark or a minnow? You got to think about it. You're not a shark.
Oh, yeah. Got him. Oh.
There's sharks and minnows in this world, son. Yellowstone. Terrible show after Kevin Costner's off of it.
Haven't watched it yet, but I've watched I have watched it.
80% of Yellowstone is Daddy's not going to like this.
Oh, I thought you were going to say 80% is on Instagram Reels.
No, just about. Yeah. Just like we were talking to somebody about not seeing The Sopranos. I got my Satrial's tank top on.
He loves that tank top.
Couldn't wear my Bada Bing tank top. That's also a place.
You can wear. This is a safe space. You can wear whatever you want, or not wear anything you want.
Yeah, that's just about. So we're gonna move on to our boy boss moment of the week. What was your boy boss moment of the week, or do you want me to go first?
Go first because mine isn't really about me.
My boy boss moment was that I was gifted butter chicken by Burjesh. That isn't my boy boss moment. My boy boss moment is that while eating this buttered chicken, I thought it'd be a good idea to take the naan and load it up. And as I had the naan like this, I actually put it on my jeans.
Yeah.
The naan, okay?
Yeah.
So no plates.
Yeah.
I have a bowl of the buttered chicken.
We offered plates, though.
There were plates offered. I refused them.
Yeah.
So I'm boy boss and I got naan on my pants. And I went to lift it in my hand. And then I thought that I could take my bowl and pour the buttered chicken juice on the naan and then make it into like kind of like a burrito.
Which is the way to eat it.
So anyway, I thought I could do that, but my eyes were bigger than my stomach and physics was not on my side. So I loaded this thing up with buttered chicken and my girlfriend's dog walked underneath me. And so then I just covered it in buttered chicken. And the only place it landed on the dog was all over its collar, which is the one non-washable like place for the dog immediately. Well, so I wiped the dog off, but it still got buttered chicken residue on the collar.
So you heard it here first, folks. We leave a mark. No.
Yeah, exactly. No stone left unturned.
There we go. You'll always remember us buttered chicken collar.
Yeah, I just branded her.
There you go. There you go. It's an acceptable brand. Acceptable brand.
Shout out old Stelwad. She's getting walked right now by a rover that has no idea what they're in for.
And it's raining outside.
It's raining outside. There's a rover walking her, and this dog, every time a big truck comes by, it will lunge like it's going to kill the big truck. Like a mail truck, UPS truck, 18-wheeler, fire truck, doesn't matter.
Well, okay, when YB's riding in the driver's seat, because that man has no idea of what... YB is my dog, by the way.
Yeah, I was going to say, who's YB?
YB's very small.
What does YB stand for?
Small little baby...
YBCMG.
Well, it's from
Cash Money Gang. YB.
I know. What's YB? What's that story about the peach?
James and the Giant Peach.
Yeah, some character in there was named YB, and Okay, well, let's go on to other topics.
All right, what's your boy boss moment?
So again, this news has been covered, but Vivek Ramaswamy.
Okay.
He got way too close to the sun.
Well, how did he get too close to the sun?
He got way too high in his britches. He tweeted out, white people are lazy because they had too many sleepovers.
That's tough. I'm going to sound off in the comments. Never too many sleepovers. Chat, tell us what you think.
I had a great childhood. Thank you.
Too many sleepovers. Just starting at a young age and being like, I'll tell you why they're lazy. Because too many sleepovers.
Yeah, it's like, okay, sorry, we're not going to violin practices all the damn time. So there's that. That's my boy boss at the moment. But thank you, Vivek, for opening the door. Thank you for your sacrifice.
All right, you got some interesting topics over there. Hit me with one.
Okay, so we're gonna start off with Varginha, Brazil. So
this is basically Burjesh's Roman Empire. What's been on his mind?
This has been on my mind for a whole week.
All right.
So I really wanted to tell you about the alien encounter in Varginha, Brazil.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying Virginia, like the state Brazil.
No, it's very close in spelling. Actually, it just sounds the same, but it's spelled way differently. But Varginha in January 20th, 1996. Are y'all ready for this?
Okay, so this didn't happen recently. So we're talking, what, 30 years?
No. Almost 30 years, 29 years. I was born 9 days after this incident.
Okay. Any relation?
Well, it was a brown, oily-skinned alien that was 4 feet tall.
Really?
Yeah. Okay, so here's how it went down. So there was a cigar-shaped saucer flying around. A lot of residents reported it. Nothing came about it. But 2 days later, 3 children ran into this. How do you even describe an alien? Just a skinny, like a naked, skinny,
oily, brown alien.
Brown alien, 4 feet tall.
Right.
With a big head, glowing red eyes. And get this, it smelled like sulfur.
La chupacabra.
It could be. Actually, later the Brazilian authorities said it was actually a homeless man.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Was it?
I don't know.
Smelling of sulfur
and ammonia. Okay.
Every news cycle they make a like QAnon Twitter, QAnon Reddit or 4chan. They come up with someone that's a left wing person, and they're like, "She's part of the devil. She smells like sulfur." Like I think the last person that got it was Hillary Clinton. So sulfur, the devil.
I mean, Hillary Clinton kind of does deserve it, but
You know, it's very funny you say that because they've had other reportings of stuff for flying saucers and whatnot, and that they look like Tic Tacs or cigars.
Tic Tacs, cigars. Okay, so this is
something else cylindrical and brown.
Yeah, well, I mean, not brown. Apparently, it's silver. Yeah, I mean, they have a sense of style.
Must be the sports model.
Well, okay, so they ran into the alien. It was 3 kids.
Okay,
and it telepathically it signaled to them that I'm hurt and I need help. But I mean, if you a 7-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 14-year-old, a weird random brown little alien runs by them, you're not gonna help it. So they ran away, told their mother, and the mother came back. The alien wasn't there, but the smell was so pungent that it stuck around. Now the authorities had gotten wind of this, and they had shut down the whole area in Varginha, and 2 inspectors had gone in to go nab the alien. So just imagine me and you sitting in a car. I'm driving, and you see something beam across our car. You jump out, go grab it, and come back, and you have the little alien in your lap.
This sounds very E.T.-esque, like little brown 4 foot, and it's also in the 90s.
Yeah, okay.
Are you sure this was an advertisement for a Spielberg and big movie?
In Varginha, Brazil, so that we can discover it 29 years later?
I mean, sometimes it happens in those rural areas, and I feel like they do it there because no one else can validate it and stuff.
Yeah.
Like there's some places in South America that are like, we have alien skulls, and then scientists are like, okay, cool, let us test them. And they're like, no.
Trust us.
It would disrupt the microbes or like whatever their reason is.
Trust me, bro. It's real. Well, okay, so the alien, you pick it up, it's in your lap. We're driving, We're driving to the nearest not animal hospital. We go to a human hospital. By this point, there's already military officials there. They cordon off the entire area, and they're doing CT scans on this alien. And the CT scan, the person in charge isn't even allowed to look at the scans. So the scans are collected, the body is collected, and get this. So the Brazilian Air Force air traffic controller said that there was an unidentified flying object, but it was a plane that was coming in to come pick up the body, and the only registry underneath it was USAF, so United States Air Force.
Ooh.
So the United States Air Force came, got this alien, and then 9 days later I was born. So that's my Varginha, Brazil story.
All right. That's one Roman Empire.
Yeah, that's one Roman Empire. What about you? What do you got going on?
For Roman Empire, like for the segment, what's your Roman Empire? What's a random thought that you've had this week? I really don't know. I really haven't thought much about history or anything like that. I did think, my random thought was how much cooler it would be to be a musician like not now and back then for like points and stuff.
Yeah.
It's like you get points on an album, you get 15 points, but like the girl from TLC has explained that like points on an album are you got 3 people in your band, you make $1 million. Sounds really cool until you find out you have $330,000 before the 40% tax rate, plus all your label fees, plus all that stuff. But then in the news, it says you made $1 million. So then people are like, damn, you got money. Give me 10,000. Let me hold it.
Well, okay. So did you hear? Okay. Well, label companies are a complete ripoff.
Right.
They, did you hear Drake? He's going after Universal.
Drake?
Yeah. He wants that bag. He wants the bag.
You know Soulja Boy? Drake? He stole my flow. You know what I'm talking about?
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about. I can see the meme.
That's the same interview where Soulja Boy's like, I was the first
to do everything. No,
he said, I'm the first rapper to ever have an iPhone.
Well, like, you know what?
How do you even validate that?
Listen, I think you need a certain level of delusion at that level. I wonder what is Soulja Boy up to now?
He's just telling them, you. Soulja Boy, tell me.
Okay, let's be honest. You come up with a hit like that, you're done. You're your
done.
Money
That's all.
That's your money maker.
I think he makes beats now, and he produces like Lil Jon. Like doesn't do anything anymore, but he produced a lot of stuff.
Well, I don't blame him. You reach a certain point, it's like a UFC fighter. Like what is it? Conor McGregor or Khabib. Once you reach a certain level, why would you keep going through rigmarole? Huh?
Okay.
What?
Yeah. He invented that. It's wild.
A hell of a tag.
Man, I was traveling abroad one time
Yeah.
in Vienna, Austria, and I was really mad because there's a Lil Jon concert literally the day before I got there.
Yeah.
And apparently like barely anyone went, so I could have had first row tickets for like 100 euros. Literally at the time it was like 125 American dollars to go see Lil Jon
USD
with a bunch of other Vietnamese people that were not the native speakers of his music. So I would have got done.
Okay, did you hear? Not in Vienna, but Travis Scott played at the Coliseum. Not the Coliseum, but in Europe, and apparently his concerts are so rambunctious.
Oh yeah,
yeah, that they register on the Richter scale.
Yeah, they have if it's the same person, I think Travis Scott has a documentary called "Look, Mom, I Can Fly." And there's one where he's like in Little Rock, Arkansas, and the Little Rock police say something like, "Son, you can't go on. We don't have enough police for this." And he's like, "Well, I'm going to go on." They go, "If you go on at the end of the show, you will be charged with inciting a riot." And he went on, played a show.
Yeah.
He got charged with inciting a riot, spent a night in the Little Rock jail, and then was on the tarmac. And I think at the time he was dating one of the Jenner girls.
Yeah. Kylie, I think.
Yeah.
Isn't it crazy? She's going to be remembered till the end of time.
Kylie Jenner?
Kylie Jenner and, oh my God, I was about to say Lana Rhoades.
Kris Jenner?
Not Kris Jenner. What's the main
Chloe?
lady's name? No. Kimmy. Kimmy. How did I forget her? How did I forget Kim Kardashian?
She's the most famous one. You're like, what's that Kardashian Jenner girl?
For all the BS that she gets, she did do a lot of firsts. So Soulja Boy could be.
She really turned a bad situation into a good situation. We'll leave it at that.
Oh, yeah. A really good situation. What is she, like a multi-billionaire now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, she has a whole media, empire off of one video. So, kudos to her.
All right. I got a good story. This is the ultimate prank that I have pulled in my life.
Hit me.
All right. So, going on probably 4 years ago, I got divorced. And so when I was going to finish out my final decree, which takes a lot of time between the time you initiate the divorce to the time you actually go to see the judge and it's decreed that you are officially divorced, my buddy thought it would be funny to serve me with paperwork the morning of that I was getting served and my ex-wife was contesting our divorce.
Yeah.
Okay. So it turned out that the process server was his intern. She was not contesting it, and the divorce did go through. However, there's a great video of me being like, what? Like the morning of.
I would love to, yeah.
And
what a good friend.
The whole office was in on it and stuff. So my buddy's a lawyer. So I just went down with him for a trip to Louisiana. We came back. Mm-hmm. We're really, really not in good shape waking up the next day. I think we both caught something down there called the whiskey flu. So
wonder how you caught it.
We're sweating through our pores, just trying to make it. So I say, okay, let's leave town. We go to leave town. He goes, let's go to a quick restaurant. I said, where do you want to go? He goes, Mother's in New Orleans, which is not a quick restaurant. Yeah. It is like cafeteria style. You got to get in line, order, then you get a table, then they bring you your food.
That does sound good.
Nothing moves fast, though. It was very good food. I don't have anything against Mother's. It's a very good establishment, but you need to budget 2 hours when you get there. So first of all, he pays $40 for parking.
Yeah.
We go in there. It takes 2 hours. I have to get back because I cut my hand and I have to get stitches on it. And
damn, which is so rough.
Yeah, right. And it's still healing. And this was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
So we go to leave and he's like, oh man, I got to use the bathroom real bad. And I was like, are you kidding me? We were just in a restaurant for 2 hours. He's like, yeah, it's just now hitting me. I was like, turn around and go to the restaurant. He's like, I already left the $40 parking lot. I got to pay again for parking. We can't go there. And I was like, okay, well, you got to pro the pro move on a road trip. You got to use the bathroom really bad. What do you do?
Yeah, get out on the side of the road.
No, you go to a hotel.
Oh, yeah. Okay, never mind.
You act like you're at that hotel. So he was like, you think we could go to like something fancy like the Ritz-Carlton?
Yeah, okay. So, a pro move, okay.
We pull into the Ritz-Carlton, turn on the flashers. He runs in, uses the bathroom. While he's in the bathroom, the valet comes out and was like, sir, you need to move this truck. And I go, I can't. And he goes, why is that? I go, my buddy's in the bathroom. We're staying at the hotel, which we're not. He says, what room? I said, 1302, the suite. Look it up. Like that. So he's got questions. I got answers.
Yeah. This guy could never, you can get yourself out of just about any single situation.
Sell ketchup popsicles to a woman in white gloves in the middle of the summer.
You could do it. I'm inspired by him. I'm
sitting there in the valet, and the valet doesn't leave my window after I say what room we're staying in. He goes, sir, I don't care. You have to move your truck. This is the valet. He's just trying to do his job.
Yeah.
So I look this guy dead in the face, and I say, sir, I would move this car, but I actually have a medical condition where they took my driver's license away, which I don't, and I felt really bad at the time. But I was in no shape to move this car.
No, physically or spiritually.
So he goes, finds my buddy, comes out of the Ritz-Carlton bathroom in New Orleans. We're on our way back to Memphis, which is a 6-hour ride. I have to go to the minor med. We have a very tight window for me to make the time the minor med closes on Sunday for the time that we are driving. 45 minutes later, guess what he tells me?
What?
Oh, I'm just so hungry. And I was like, are you kidding me? We ate 45 minutes ago.
What did you end up doing? Did you end up eating?
We ended up pulling over at a Sonic to get him like tater tots. I come out of the employee bathroom that I had to ask to use at this Sonic. Yeah. He's asleep at the wheel with his head on the steering wheel. And a kid in roller skates is like, sir, your tots, sir. We can't wake him up.
Yeah. So it sounds like you had a great BP.
Oh, no. Just wait. So we wake him up. I drive the rest of the way back. I make it to the minor med. That's fine. While we were down there, I purchased a cryptocurrency, a meme coin. I'm not going to say it on here because I don't want to promote it because it did get rug pulled.
Yeah.
So he texts me and he says, did we make any money? And boy, did we. Okay. So we made money. I owe him over $1,000. And I said at this moment, you know what? He got me so good for this divorce thing.
Yeah.
I should get him back for this. So you know what I did?
Okay, that makes sense.
I told him, I said, actually, we got rug pulled and you owe me money because we like co-invested on this thing. So I tell him we don't make any money. He doesn't know that we made money. So then I said, well, I got to pay him out. Eventually, I'll write a check. And then I thought to myself, it'd be much funnier if I paid him in coins.
Love his humor.
So I went to this bank in a really bad area of Memphis and shut down the bank because they had to open up the vault. And I said, how many coins do you have? And they said, we have 1,345 $1 coins. I said, give me all of them. And so like people are trying to come in there and get like $100 out. People are trying to come in there and cash their paycheck.
And Jimmy, we're so privileged.
Oh, I shut down this bank for like at least an hour, 20 minutes.
God, I cannot. You know what? It's worth it. It's worth it if he got you that bad in front of everybody.
So he doesn't know that I owe him money. And now it's to the point where I have given the money to his intern to give to him.
Yeah.
It is now in a 35-pound duffel bag. Nice. And I only unrolled about $500 worth of coins. But if you lift the bag, it feels like all of them are unrolled. But because they're $1 coins, he cannot simply spend it anywhere. I don't think people will take. Would you take 50 $1 coins?
I wouldn't personally, but
you wouldn't be happy about it.
Wouldn't be happy about it. Okay. Would not be happy about it.
Then on top of it, the money that I unrolled, he cannot just simply re-roll back up because they do not sell these rolls for these particular unique coins that I got that are $1 at a bank or at.
So the Sacagawea coins, right?
Right. Sacagawea, Abraham Lincoln. Got some $50 in there. Got some Susan B. Anthony's that are like octangular. There's some weird rolls in there, okay?
Okay.
So he can't go to Walgreens and get these rolls and bring them back and roll them up. And a bank will not take unrolled change.
Okay, so he has to go basically to the Federal Reserve.
Yeah. So it started a whole new task for him, even though I pay him. So we're waiting for him to roll back in 2 days, and his intern's gonna be like, "Hey, do you have that check for Jimmy? I heard you owe him money from an investment."
Jimmy.
By the way, here's this bullion bag of 35 pounds worth of coins and dollar bills.
He showed me the bag. This man meticulously thinks through his pranks.
We will post the bag for episode 2.
The bag that Drake's gonna get.
So Drake. So anyway. That's my prank. That was my ultimate story.
Gotcha. Well, that's a good story. That's a really good story.
I thought so too. Sound off in the chat if you hate my story.
Well, here's the thing. He was supposed to not tell anybody, so you guys are lucky.
Yeah, I told it on the pod. I had to save it for the pod. And the worst part was I was going to give it to him today, but he had to go out of town unexpectedly.
Yeah, unexpectedly.
But now this intern had to bring the money to and fro his apartment. And like, I don't know if you've ever walked around with $1,000. Like Memphis isn't a city you want to walk around with $1,000 in cash.
If you're not flashing it, now you have to.
Well, I bought him a sack, and it looks like something out of Monopoly, where it's got a big black canvas 1 on the outside of the sack.
You would definitely have to put that in a trash bag.
But I also took the cost of the sack out of his money.
Wow, what an economic genius.
I took it out
that's
and said,
a prank.
I said the $25 that you just had to have for this bag, and then I also misspelt "your" on there several times on the note I left him.
Dude, that must have just got him.
Printed out 100 pictures of Big Chungus, Bugs Bunny, and put them in there.
Jeez, dude. He needs to keep this as a family heirloom at this point.
I had some real time on my hands to think about this.
Did you sign the bag?
I was planning it like the heist in Heat.
Yeah, there we go.
I did not, but I put a note in there with the accounting on it, so he knows that I didn't con him out of any money. So
there you go.
It's all traceable on the blockchain.
Oh my God. Okay, so let's go to different stories. We got the Virginia one done.
Top that one.
Let's see. I'm gonna try.
What's your best one?
Mm-hmm.
Burgess has more notes than like a 2-hour college lecture over here.
Yeah,
Good stories.
God. Okay, so the greatest story, I say we talk about Genghis Khan and drones. Okay, so last week we were supposed to cover what would Genghis Khan be able to achieve if he had quadcopter drones, not the MK9 Reaper drones with the missiles. I'm just talking about regular like quadcopter drones you can get off of Amazon. Okay. Nothing military grade.
So they were for reconnaissance or what?
Well, reconnaissance. You've seen those Chinese drone videos where they're doing those huge, magnificent air displays. Mm-hmm. So I'm just wondering, like, okay, if Genghis Khan had something like that, and you saw what like 1,500 years ago, you were able to see a dragon being slayed by a stick man, what would that do to your psyche?
Well, yeah, that's kind of what they talk about, like in the Christian Bible. There's a story of a guy being carried up by a fiery chariot.
Yeah.
But the way that they could describe it in their terms makes it sound like it could have been a spacecraft, an alien encounter, or something. Encounters of the fourth kind.
Okay, well, I haven't read many stories in the Bible, but that story specifically, the way they described it sounds like a craft.
Right, exactly.
It sounds exactly like a craft.
They describe it as a fiery chariot that comes down and extends stairs to get on it, which sounds like almost like how it comes out of every UFO cartoon.
Yep. If I think it's only because we have the ability to record these events that we're able to say that aliens are like, there's something going on. I don't know if aliens are real, which I mean, come on, the universe is huge. The aliens are real. They're coming for you. They're gonna probe you.
You're entering a land of space and time.
Well,
not a big Twilight Zone guy?
No, I love Twilight Zone where it's like, this is where this lies at the height of man's knowledge and at the depths of man's fears. Mm-hmm. And that's the Twilight Zone.
You ever seen the one where they discover that it's a cookbook? It's how to serve human. It's supposed to be how to serve humans, but they find out how to serve human as a cookbook.
Well, was it a good cookbook? Would you ever try any of those recipes?
No, the guy finds out on the alien spacecraft and he refuses to eat. And they're like, eat the food, fatten yourself up. So like he's just going to be eaten when they get off the planet.
Sounds a little bit like Hannibal-ish. But it is what it is. Okay, so back to...
Genghis Khan and drones. For those of you who didn't see the first episode, Genghis Khan and drones was Burjesh's last Roman Empire.
So, okay, here's the thing. Back in the day, if these people even had more hardened more hardened equipment, like stronger swords or better gear, they would have just exponentially done better. But with drones, you can see where the enemy is, see where the supply lines are, see what see what the fortifications are. And I think back in the day, they had like bombs, right? I mean, China's known for gunpowder.
Are you doing like an advertisement for Boston Dynamics right now?
I think Boston Dynamics is not a hedge. It's a scam.
You think so? I've seen it in person. They are legit.
They've been working on the same damn robot for the last 20 years.
I've seen the dog in person, and they say like some of the companies say they don't have military applications. So then you have this dog robot, and it can go without having to get water or being tired. All it does is it has a thermal camera on it, and it checks the heat of like really big industrial equipment in like say a 40-acre complex.
Okay, I've seen this dog and another China. I'm not pro-China or anything, so let me just put that out there.
Put me on game.
Okay, so this Boston Dynamic looking dog had a not a P90. What's that? Imagine a light machine gun on its back, which was stabilized. And can you imagine a dog running after you with a machine gun on its back, stabilized, and every shot's gonna hit?
It had a P90X workout videotape on its back.
Even worse. That would be so worse.
A gun?
Yeah, a gun? A gun they can fire? Well, okay, so back to Genghis Khan. He was very progressive, if you guys didn't know that. Killed almost 10% of the population back then.
Yeah, I love how you lead with he was very progressive. He also was responsible for 10% of the population dying. He's also still related to like an eighth of the population.
Oh, almost to this day, about 1 million people can trace their DNA back to Genghis Khan.
Yeah, I don't know.
He was prolific.
Do you know about the Mongolian dots? If someone is born of Mongolian descent, there's like a chance that they have these little like blue dots that appear right above their butt and below like the end of their back above their tailbone, and they're called Mongolian dots. We can post it on the gram, but anyway, it's very odd, and they disappear after like 5 or 6 weeks or something like that.
I wonder what that is.
No, it's like a genetic variation, like being born with a tail, but the tail falls off. It's kind of like that.
Yeah,
like being born with like a spot, or like kids are born and they might have like a birthmark, but then it goes away.
Or could it be something like your hair color too, where you're born with blonde hair, but by the time you're 6 or 7. Well, which I always had beautiful black hair.
I was born blonde. Sears baby model, catalog 1995. Check it out.
Blonde suits you better.
Thank you. Thinking about dyeing it. If we reach 10,000 followers, I will shave my head. Clip it.
Why?
Clip it.
Clip it. Okay, clip it. I'm not shaving my head. I will shave.
You will shave your head in solidarity if we reach 10,000 followers.
I'll shave the side of it.
We need to be confirmed on Instagram, on YouTube, or on all other social media, not combined.
Yeah.
Just so we're clear for
we're already having such a good what is it? On Instagram already we have 700 followers.
Yeah, really climbing the charts.
Out of nowhere.
Loving it.
Yeah. This is just day 1 too.
We're cranking it out.
Yep.
All right. You got anything else? Give me one more. Give me a big show. Ooh.
How about Tippi Hedren? Have you heard of her?
No.
Okay, so she was an American actress, prolific American actress. She starred in multiple Alfred Hitchcock. You've heard of Alfred Hitchcock?
Older.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, and by the way, Alfred Hitchcock tried to move on her, and she said no. She denied all the power.
Oof, that's tough.
A little Harvey Weinstein action going on.
I think HR wise per SNL, you can only ask once.
Yeah, I don't think he asked once.
Okay.
Yeah, she was in multiple Alfred Hitchcock movies.
What's going on with Tippi?
So Tippi, she was also known as a great humanitarian. So once the war in Vietnam had ended, the North, they were about to kill anybody who was associated with Americans, and they were fleeing the nation. And America had basically abandoned them, while Tippi, she set up Hope for Humanity, was the name of the organization. And she helped Vietnamese women, or not just Vietnamese women, Vietnamese families relocate into California.
Okay.
From where, but the problem came where, like, what are these people going to do? What is their vocation going to be? So she introduced nail care to them. And this is the reason why 50% of all nail care salons in America are owned by Vietnamese. She helped all of them learn this vocation. And then from there, they taught all the other families. And this helped them, I don't know, become financially free and put their kids through college and become podcasters.
That's pretty sick.
Yeah. So she, I mean, great. I haven't seen any of her work, which I will watch. Don't worry. Once we hit 10,000 views or 10,000 followers.
I'm going to shave my head and you're going to be like, I'll watch all these movies if I have to. Like,
Yeah.
How big of you?
Listen, you're the movie expert here. I feel so left behind whenever you start throwing around.
I think we're gonna get one of those like fundraiser thermometers, and we're
Yeah.
gonna have it right here. And as we grow the 10,000, we'll fill in every week.
We could
how
do
many-
that.
How many we have?
Would y'all like that? Let us know in the comments.
Sound off in the chat. Chat.
Sound off in the chat.
Chat.
Where'd you get that
Apparently, a big
from?
thing online is not having a chat following and saying chat a bunch.
Okay.
Chat.
Or how about Asmongold or Moist Critical? Moist Critical. Moist Critical.
What is moist critical?
A very I keep saying prolific. I gotta find other words. Okay.
I think you were looking for monolithic.
Very, very big account on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do they do?
They react. Reaction videos. Which, if this doesn't work out, we're gonna do reaction videos next.
Maybe we'll do one of those where we eat a bunch of food, a mukbang.
A mukbang.
I think that's what it's called, isn't it?
Yeah. What you guys didn't know, we're already 2 years, or we're already 2 steps ahead. We are already 2 steps ahead. Who knows when this video was shot? Could have been 10 years ago.
Yeah, exactly. So we
On
look
an
much
iPhone
thinner.
15.
We're absolute monsters at the Golden Corral.
We know what we're doing.
It's a callback to the first episode. If you didn't listen to the first episode, shame on you. Go back and listen to it.
Please do.
All right. I'm going to move into a new segment called 6 Reasons Somebody Needs a Beer. So these are 6 big reasons, like David Letterman.
Yeah.
10 reasons.
Yeah.
Something. But
We're ripping it right
anyway,
from you, David Letterman. Please don't come after us.
Big reasons Vladimir Zelensky needs a beer this week.
Okay.
So give me a drum roll in between each of them. Just a little. Okay.
Oh, that's not a drum.
That'll be the last time someone wears a suit to the White House until Elon Musk shows up the next time.
Okay, good.
All right, what'd you think of that one?
Wasn't the best, but I can see the vision.
That was number 6. So
okay.
number 5. That should be the worst one.
Okay.
It'll be very tough to live off a comedian's salary again.
That one, it sounds hurtful.
Okay.
It sounds very hurtful.
Number 4. Ukraine's ballot makers can no longer file for unemployment. They've not had an election since the war started. That's tough.
That is very tough. That is...
Number 3, men being shoved into a van will now be known as kidnapping again, not conscription.
Well, you got to do something for the war effort. Everyone do their part.
Number 2, I cannot read, so we will tighten that up for the next one. My handwriting is so poor I can't read it.
You got doctor handwriting? You got doctor handwriting?
Look at that.
I'm looking at it. I don't know what I'm looking at.
Lift this. Oh, yeah. The next time you need to lift the spirits of a whole nation, you can no longer call it counter-offensive.
No, you
That's
can't.
What
No, you
one's
can't.
tough.
Yeah. You really don't like Zelensky. He's really under your skin, isn't he?
No, it's just the person I think that needs 6 beers this week. It's been a tough week for
He does.
him.
But did you see the Avengers assembled around him in Europe? In EU, all the prime ministers, they have come and supported Zelensky.
They're collecting the Thanos rings.
They are. They're finally going to start doing their part. But by doing their part, I don't know. This war was never going to be a winnable war in the first place. When you talk about Zelensky and Russia, really after the first...
super unwinnable, super boondoggle.
Yeah, you have just the numbers.
Just so we're clear, we're not a pro-Russia podcast.
We're
I'm
not.
going to go with the same thing. I'm a pro-people not dying podcast. Thank you. I still got number 1.
Hit it.
Number 1, Napoleon Bonaparte will no longer be the worst loser at 5'6".
That's pretty funny. I like that one. All right,
one.
Good one.
They'll get better. They'll get better next week.
Well, they were pretty. Hey, thank you for trying.
I tried.
Yeah,
We'll
that's
see.
what matters.
Sound off in the chat if you don't like the 6 big beer segment.
So sound off in the chat. Yeah, if you can remember them.
Thank you. I really appreciate it. I couldn't even read my own writing. So
there
here
we
we
go.
are.
Hey, we're chugging along here.
Making for a great podcasting.
Well, let me give you a little BTS. So what do we end up doing?
What is BTS?
Behind the scenes.
Okay, all right.
What is
like, whoa.
Big time rush? No. So a little BTS. So what we did all day today, spent 2.5 hours learning how to fade audio.
Yep, that was really fun. It was like we were at the beginning of a 2001 Space Odyssey. Like,
Yeah.
with
But
bones.
soon we'll be in a rocket
Going
ship.
at it.
Soon we'll be in a rocket ship.
I wish. That would be tight.
Yeah, I mean, we already have AI.
You know, speaking of space and stuff, did you know that those astronauts that are stuck on the ISS were supposed to be up there for 8 weeks, and they have been stuck up there for
come back
8
down yet?
months? No, they tried to. Elon Musk was just on Joe Rogan saying that he tried to bring him down, and the Biden administration was like, "Not now, maybe after the election."
That makes no sense.
Well,
Because
it's gonna look like
Boeing screwed it up, right? Boeing made a faulty space shuttle or whatever.
I think so. I don't know the details. All I know is that
Boeing stepped
Elon Musk
up.
says that he was asked to not go up there. He could have gone up there, and apparently there's only certain good times where the moon and the ISS and the Earth have a certain orbit where you should launch and stuff like that.
Okay, well, doesn't he have reusable rockets that he fires every single day?
Yeah, I mean, whose side are you on? I'm on the side of the astronauts here.
Yeah, same.
Burgess is
here.
betting the field. He's like, I think space is going to take him out.
Space is going to take him. Well, space is getting pretty dangerous. Those micrometeorites.
Yeah. Well, last week we were talking about that meteorite was going to hit, and now it's got a 0% chance of hitting.
I wonder why they do that. It said something about 2031 or
What if it really was
2032?
like a 50-50 shot and people are preparing?
I really think if there was an asteroid coming towards us that's going to end us, they probably wouldn't let us know.
No, absolutely.
There's no way.
There'd be a whistleblower like 6 months out, and it'd be absolute bedlam in the streets.
But no one would believe them until it's already too late. What have you seen? Don't Look Up.
Yeah, that movie. It's a very good movie. If you have not seen Don't Look
Please
Up with
watch
Meryl Streep, Jonah Hill, Leonardo DiCaprio, I
Yeah.
think Jennifer Lawrence is in it too. It's very
That's the only two big actors I remember from it. But amazing acting. I loved all of it, and doesn't look too good for humanity.
No,
If that's true, if that's how
I think
react.
I think you could say that every day. If you like wake up, look at the national debt, look at Bitcoin, take a sip of your espresso.
Yeah, right after my cold plunge.
Yeah, right after my cold plunge, and I get an infrared sauna, and I hit my gua sha.
What's crazy is the infrared sauna is actually viable. I don't know about the cold plunges, but you can. Even though we look great for our age, by the way.
Thank you.
I just want to put that out
41 never looks so good on you.
there. 41, yeah. I'm actually 52. So, what is it on my social security card? That's what it says.
Tell me that right now. All I'm eating is biryani the rest of my life.
There we go.
You show me a check right now, I eat biryani the rest of my life.
Dude,
That's a quote from Wolf of Wall Street.
shows you again. That movie was recent, and I had no idea what he was talking about.
This will be the last time I tell you what the quote from the movie is, and I'm just gonna let the chat figure it out.
Yeah, he told me if I don't understand what's going on, I can just awkwardly laugh.
I just really hope this camera's recording. To be honest with you, I don't know if I hit record.
Dude,
Just
Jesus,
check it out.
God, God,
so
please.
bad.
We're recording.
All right. Well, let's wrap it up on that note. I've never seen.
Oh my God.
Does anyone know how to make an Indian man blush? Because I do.
Holy God.
I have that happen all the time where I'm like, "Ooh, did I turn the stove off?" See, now you've got to live in this mind.
Yeah. Well, there you go. He pranked me.
Now is the
He
spring
pranked
of-
me already.
Yeah, that was pretty good though.
Yeah.
Is that camera recording? You left the lids cap on.
We're recording on iPhone 15 on 4K, 60 FPS.
We can make our own emojis.
But maybe it'll be a 21-minute long video because who knows what my computer's doing. Because
All right.
it hates me.
You got anything you want to say to the fans out there?
No, I love y'all. Thank y'all for sticking with us. And like and subscribe, please.
Yep. Like and subscribe. We're on YouTube, Instagram. We'll be on TikTok shortly.
We already are.
We are on X.
Yeah, we're just about on everything. And Facebook, if anyone's... And Threads. We're on Threads.
I hate that. I will never be on Threads.
Well, we're on there. Just
You can find us at Lucky Lotus FM, all one word. Lucky Lotus, lucky like you're lucky, Lotus like the flower, and FM like you're turning into that hot, sexy chocolate noise.
and thank y'all for tuning in. Y'all have a great night. Bye.